Jamaica family, walk on. You know it's your girl Ayana, and as always, me come to keep you informed with walk on Ayana. And definitely, I did have to turn on my camera for this one. It was just recently I was talking about the Uber. So students mistook a Uber and was stabbed 120 times. So this actually, why I'm actually live on the camera today is to tell you Jamaicans, be careful when you call the Uber. All right, please, because at the end of the day, what happened to this little girl or this student can happen to anyone, and that is why I'm here today. All right, so I just want to share this information with you guys, so just listen for me. A grieving mother poured out her rage at the man convicted of murdering her daughter, who was just weeks away from graduation. Samantha case have changed the way people think about rides Uber, about using rides share. The safety rules is now being enforced even more. Now Uber users should check the license plates of the vehicle they are going into and ask the driver their name and ask them to say your name to see if the information corresponds with what you expect it to be. The driver who murdered this little girl used a child lock so that Samantha would be trapped in the car, and he stabbed her to death. Samantha was caught on camera when she entered the car, and the evidence for the case was overwhelming. Yet Nathaniel Rowland said he was innocent, but it did not matter what he said. However, he was sentenced to life in prison by the judge as the evidence was clear. Alright, so Tingz Jamaica family, this young man, after there was the ruling and they found him guilty, if they were giving him 10 years, when he said because there was no remorse or anything on his face, but when he said, I am innocent and it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what I say, no one cares, the judge got so angry. The judge got so angry and said, listen to me, you are going to spend the rest of your life in prison. It's just the thing about this, because the judge was saying 1,000 road lead to you, 1,000 evidence lead to you, and yet still you're gonna stand here not even to say you're sorry to the mourning parents, but to just stand there, I'm innocent and it doesn't matter what I say, nobody cares. So Tingz Jamaica family, be careful when taking the Uber. I would love to play this for you. Maybe I can play it because I'm actually in it, but I'm not allowed to play other people's content. You don't know me already, I stay far from copyright. Alright, but if you guys realize that a part of the video is missing, it was because YouTube says something about it and I remove it from my video. Alright, so but you can listen. You can listen to the video.
It was a crime that shocked the nation. A 21-year-old college student was murdered after she got into a car she mistook for her Uber. Now her mom is in tears as she delivers a powerful impact statement in a case that has changed the way we all use ride shares.
A grieving mom vents her rage at the man just convicted of brutally murdering her daughter.
I close my eyes and I feel what she endured at his hands. The final moments, her bare feet kicking and fighting for her life. I visualize the blood flowing from her body, her beautiful body.
21-year-old Samantha Josephson was just weeks away from graduating from the University of South Carolina.
I was planning my trip to Columbia in 2019 to watch my daughter graduate from college. And Instead, I went to Colombia to gather her belongings.
Surveillance video captured the heartbreaking moment Samantha
So you
climbed
see,
into the
they got
killer's
the car, they
mistaking
got the
it for an
license
Uber
plate,
she
they
had
got
ordered.
everything.
27-year-old Nathaniel
Maybe
Rowland
if he
used the
did
child
say
lock to trap Samantha.
someone
She was
stole his
stabbed
car,
120
I don't know.
times. Samantha's brutal murder touched a nerve in all of us. It changed the way people use Uber. Most people now know to check the license
Uber,
plate of
as
your
in
rideshare
Uber, not
and that the
Uber.
driver
Okay,
is
I got
supposed
it.
to say your name.
Check, say your name. Have that person say their name as well so that you know that the vehicle that you're ordering is the one that's actually there. So that all of us can be safe. So that Sammy's death won't be in vain.
There were scenes of raw emotion in court as Rowland was
I guess
found guilty.
that his
but
family
he showed
there.
no remorse.
I know I'm innocent. But I guess what I know and what I think really doesn't matter.
That only angered the judge, who cited the overwhelming video evidence.
There were 1,000 roads. Each road led to you. There's 1,000 trails. Each trail led to you.
He sentenced Rowland to life in prison.
And that sentence must be served for the remaining days of your natural life.
So there you have it, Tingz Jamaica family. He got life in prison. 100. What a car seems to wrap around my finger. What led him to stab her 120 times? The information here said she mistook the car and then he locked her. So he actually turned there hoping somebody would enter the car because the child lock was already, because you know child lock, you have to turn it, you have to do that hook on the car before the person enter. So you know you pull it from outside but you cannot pull it from inside. So I'm like, did he turn at that spot hoping someone enter the car? What happened? What transpired between them? Why he stabbed her 120 times? No man. And based on what was said in the courtroom, there was no information to what lead up to the stabbing. We just know that she mistook the car and she mistook the Uber and was stabbed 120 times. So Tingz Jamaica family, we now have Uber here in Jamaica. So now on here for the self, make sure the driver say your name. Make sure you know the driver's name. But how you gonna know the driver's name? He would have to present his identification for you and check the license plate number. So all of that never in the whole thing when I was let me go back to my Uber. I doubt all of that was in it when I know he greet me by name. Yes, said I should check if I'm wearing my mask. Yes, and he was very polite. I took it once and no problem whatsoever. I pay what, 600, I think I pay 600 and something from Mona to, you know, so I really think that was reasonable. But no, we have to be careful, and this is just a warning. Be very careful, be very vigilante, please. Look out of your eye. Don't get too frightened. You order a car just turned up. Don't say that is the car. That might just be somebody just, you know. Make sure it's the right car. Worse if it's night, because this situation took place at night. So worse if it's night, make sure before you enter, because crowd and everyone was there, they couldn't just grab you and put you in the car like that. So you make sure that it is the car that you said. So Tingz Jamaica family, a lot of people was worried about Uber in Jamaica, a lot of people, and seeing this happening now, it's just gonna have people so be careful. So far I have no problem with the Uber service. It was excellent, but as we say, we use the safety measures that is now in force. Mark the license plate number, make sure the person know you before you enter the car, and make sure they provide you with the identification to say that it's actually them, because somebody could have maybe kidnapped him along the way, throw him out and carry and come with the car. I'm just saying, you know, we have to look all over. Alright, Tingz Jamaica family, best of yourself. You know, it's your queen, Ayana. And as always, me come to keep you informed with Wagwan Ayad. And drop me like a 2 cents too. Yes. And if you're new to my channel, please remember, hit that subscribe button, because this is how I do it on Tingz Jamaica. I give you the news and I share like a 2 cent sometime. And sometimes just give you the news and I'm out. Mwah. Peace, love, and light. Tingz Jamaica.
And I said smile, girl smile, smile for me Jamaica. And I said smile.